Neil, welcome to episode 38 of Strength Hammer podcast, the thing we do every week that I think three people listen to.
Three. Oh, that's
Three.
good. That's
Yeah.
more than last week.
Yeah, because we got Dave, and we got Tommy, whenever he's stuck in the car with Dave, and third random person on the internet. Let's go with that.
There you go.
Welcome.
Just loves hearing about what we're up to.
I know, just all the inane BS that we talk about. One day people will come to realize that uh, we are actually really important in the Warhammer community and that our word actually means a lot and they should actually listen to us.
Oh yes.
Because we give away all the hot details here.
We'll see. We'll see when that starts. I feel the turning point's coming.
So. Yeah, they'll realize one day. But yeah, today I gave you a list. I told you what we're talking about, random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, what I'm going to talk about is my cat just came down and used the litter box, and boy, is that strong! Wow. Okay, sorry sorry. Coming off the Concrete, I can smell stuff again, and that's not the smell I wanted to smell. Holy cow!
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Listen, I don't have a cat anymore, but when you said that, I literally can smell what you're smelling right now.
Yeah, like I said, it's not
without even being in the air over here.
Like out of all of the leftovers animals can leave, cats are probably the least offensive. But this is a big one for her. I mean, feeding her well. God bless you, Rose. Anyway,
little sidebar about animals pooping. One time, my dog ate an entire top of a soccer shoe, entire top, right? And so I thought she'd have to have surgery.
Yeah.
And they said, no, let us keep her overnight, and then you can take her home tomorrow. We think she's going to pass it. So I went and I got her, and she passed it in the car, in the back seat, on the way home. And I had 2 miles before I could get home. And I had no way to get it out of the car. So I had my head out of the car like Ace Ventura.
So, if we're gonna keep on the topic of weird stories from animals pooping to keep all of our guests interactive here, please leave in the comments if you've had an animal that's pooped before. We had a Shih Tzu when I was growing up, and she accidentally ate some of that tinsel that you can put on trees. I didn't have to deal with this, but my mom had to deal with it for like the next 2 weeks. Like was passing it just fine. It just sometimes it'd be running down the hall and there's just a little sparkle out of the butt, Then you have to chase her down, help get it out. It's great times.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Speaking of shit, no, I'm kidding. I don't know where I was going with that. I was gonna mention. I'm enjoying it though. I was gonna mention like the state of Twitter right now because everyone's like, "Oh, we're leaving Twitter." Well, tell you what, people, if Twitter goes down, guess what? I'm gonna be in my house enjoying my life. That's where I'm at. But I'm enjoying the Wild West of Twitter right now. It's kind of fun. Yeah. But we're not here to talk about any of that.
There's still Discord.
No, shutting off everything. Twitter goes down. Peace out, guys. Podcast over. Calling it now.
There it is.
Now, actually, some interesting Warhammer news. So today, Warhammer Fest tickets went on sale, which it's always in the UK, and it's always like a big celebration of Warhammer. It's one of those things that's kind of like on my Warhammer bucket list. Like I'd like to go to it, but it was either, well, it's never been like big enough for me to be like, yeah, it's worth the cost. But now I'm in a situation where this coming year it's going to be very big because they have the full might of the U.S. events team from under Mike Brandt, which is part of what I do for the U.S. Open, and then obviously the UK combining to make this grand thing. So the laser tag from the U.S. Side of things is going to be there. The giant Space Marine statue, obviously the everything Warhammer, then whatever the UK, Golden Demon, all that sort of stuff. And I'm hoping, Neil, I'm hoping that they need some help. I told them, yeah, I'm willing. You need some help over at Warhammer Fest.
Mhm.
I'm an employee. You can fly me over. That's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, free ticket over there would make for an easy call on that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I mean, I I'm sure Mike, I'm sure my bosses don't listen to my stupid little podcast, but if they do, just so you know, on my Facebook, some people are hoping I come. So I mean, hey, just a little incentive. Bring a little Warhammer celebrity over there. Cause look, we got to bring Neil too. We got to do the live podcast. I mean, this is the best Warhammer. Forget Warhammer Weekly. Forget Rerolling Ones. 2+ Tough. Who are those guys? Honest Wargamer? Ah, fuck them. It's about the Strength Hammer podcast.
I could be your +1, Chuck.
You can be my +1. That yes, Neil is my +1. But in all actuality, if you can make this, it looks from what I've seen on the front end that everyone sees, and from what I've heard about on the back end, this will be probably one of the biggest Warhammer themed things you can do. I'm not saying you have to go get the Golden Throne ticket, which is 1,080 pounds. What does that equal to dollar right now?
Oh my god, it's pretty close from what I understand.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close to even now. But I just want to see if America's on top. That's all. So in American dollars, that'd be $1,275.69. Nice.
Mhm.
I'm not saying you need to go to that level, but like if you can make it to the event on any level, it's gonna be some great stuff. I think they're doing the kind of the same stuff they're doing at the finale coming up here. Like if you take one of the hobby classes, like which are expensive tickets, but you're also getting a Warhound Titan because you're learning how to paint it from some of the best people in the world that can paint these things. Plus everything
Wow.
else going on. So like I said, and if I don't get to go for free, I'll be jealous, but I'll be watching from afar.
Yeah, I'd love to go as well. I've had my eye on Warhammer Fest, just watching how they've been doing for a long time, and it looks so cool. But yeah, it's hard to get over there. So
Yeah,
especially these days. So
it's hard to get over there, so it's it's on the bucket list for sure. Whether it's not, and then I mean the best part is if you don't make it this year, then it's something like me and you can plan to go over there. We'll just abandon our friends and family. Just me and you will go on a little adventure next time because
mhm.
it's only gonna get better and better, right?
Right,
Yeah,
strength to strength, I think is what they say over there.
it's. I mean, hey, yeah, I have no doubt it's gonna be smooth and wonderful, and I hope to be able to go for free.
Just once again, Chuck would like to go for free.
Yes, I would like to go for free with my +1, Neil.
Yes. Hmm. His wife, I probably
Well, I
right,
need actually okay. I'll bring my wife and my emotional support, Neil. How about that?
right.
Perfect.
It's like a Warhammer mascot.
Well, I mean, here's the others like I guess just keep talking about Warhammer events because the grand finale is coming up next week. So I'm really glad that I caught Conquerad and am almost over it just in time to fly out to New Mexico next in
Mhm.
ooh yeah Wednesday. I fly out Wednesday. That should be exciting. Neil, we might
Wow.
need to push the recording back or not record next week. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
But yeah, the grand
Do a
finale.
live recording from the event. There you go. Hmm.
I would say that, but I am going to be so busy. So I get to be. I think I've mentioned this before. I get to be one of the characters.
You know what you need to do? You need to get one of those hats with the GoPro things on there, and just be walking around live streaming the event with it up there on your head.
If I could convert that GoPro to look like a servitor skull, because I'm walking around as a Catachan. I'm a legit character. I have to be in character for the narrative. I'm on the 40K side for this, which is
Mhm.
fun. I'm looking forward to it. The one thing I'm thankfully it's narrative, so if people ask me rules questions, I'm gonna do my best. I should be able to answer basic questions. If anyone gives me like a really nuanced question, I'll be like, "Hey, buddy, it's narrative. Calm down." Um,
Yeah.
But no, that should be fun. But yeah, that'd be cool if I could live stream it. But I have a feeling I'm gonna be
Uh-huh.
very busy. I'm gonna do as much coverage as I can on Twitter as usual, but we'll see how far that gets. Because like I said, I'm predicting to be very busy and very wiped by the end of it. Probably come home just in time and catch another con crud, and then
Yet
yeah,
again.
yeah, just keep that cycle continuing.
This,
Nah,
this time it'll be syphilis, you know?
no, I'm a Catachan, so it'd be like trench foot or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't even know what a catachan is, really, honestly. I have an
So
idea.
yeah, all right. So think Rambo in
Right.
40K.
Oh, okay, gotcha. They're
Ex-
like an Imperial Guard kind of thing.
Yeah, they are a specific Imperial Guard. They're from the world of Catachans. That's why they call it the Catachans. It's a death world. It's a death jungle world. They always wear a red bandana or red, handkerchief on their head. They have a big knife. They're always in like tank tops or like shirtless and that sort of stuff. So,
Nice.
yep.
So what you're saying is they ain't got time to bleed.
No sir. No sir. Actually, I don't got time to be sick. I'm not going to catch anything. Even though the planet my character is on is also has a Nurgle problem.
See,
It's
there you go.
I don't know. It's it should be fun. I'm really looking forward to the finale. I know I mentioned it many times before, but I think it's going to be probably the greatest narrative event that's happened for Warhammer anywhere,
Hmm.
and hopefully we get an Age of Sigmar version next year.
Yeah,
Knock on wood right there with my little glass here.
absolutely.
But outside of that, just some more general news. Um, Actually, I didn't throw this on the list, Neil, but now that I'm looking at the articles recently, have you noticed that they're doing MetaWatch for 40K and Age of Sigmar much more regularly as a series of articles as opposed to just whenever they decide to make a big change with like a battle scroll or something?
I did notice this last one, but I didn't kind of catch the fact that it was kind of off schedule. But yeah.
Yeah, it's I kind of like it. 'Cause I noticed it with the 40K one, and then now they did it with the Sigmar one. It's kind of nice. It's just like more insight onto how they're trying to work on balancing the game and make the changes and how they're looking at the data that they have. I don't mind it. I like it, especially that the fact that they're adding like 20-minute mini podcast episodes talking with the
Mhm.
game's developer too to just give more details. Like I'm really liking that fact, and I hope they continue that because more transparency for everybody better.
Yeah. I mean, the best thing I read out of this is our goals are focused on making as many war scrolls as possible viable and interesting to use. Boy, let's boy. So you know where my stance is on corn heroes.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and cross our fingers that at some point some of these bros are not just going to get shot by a cannonball and be gone.
Well,
Like,
with
oh god.
with the new ogre book, you might get lots of cannonballs to that face with those was it the iron blasters? Holy cow. That book
Oh
looks
boy.
solid.
Oh
It's a
boy.
solid wall
Okay.
of meat coming at you.
I can't stand it. Means Dave's gonna have a good army.
I mean, yeah, yeah, he is. Thankfully it's low model count, so he'll be able to push it around a lot quicker too. To
That's good. I like those models have been underused, I feel like, for the longest time. You know, they made that switch to Beast Claw, right?
hmm
And the whole rest of the ogre line, which was good. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, they're
You know, they
still
just
great
haven't
models.
had
Yeah, they still
yeah,
look great.
outside the what are the man the
The
man
man
eaters.
eaters.
Oh
Well,
god,
yeah,
the ones that
they're
are like
they're
one's
tongue in
dressed like a
cheek.
pirate. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, that's
I
fair. That's
can't
fair.
stand those
Those
guys.
yeah, those are a little tongue in cheek.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those have got to go. But outside of that, I mean, I like love the rest of the range. Love those guys carrying around the giant guns. Love those guys on the that had the cannon that was kind of like an artillery piece
Oh
that
the
got pulled by something. I
oh,
can't
but like
remember
the big
why.
beastie. Yeah, that thing's
Yeah,
cool.
that was cool. Like all that stuff was cool. So,
And they'll
you
be
know,
coming to kill
I'm
your.
happy to see them.
They're gonna be coming to kill
Happy to
your
see
corn
them.
heroes, Neil. They're just gonna come just shoot them right off the table.
Oh, they're gonna each have 9 wounds They're gonna have a decent save or some kind of ward save, just because they're so crazed it's hard to kill them, right? That's what's gonna happen, right? And also they're not gonna have fours and fours, no rend, damage one on their weapons, because they're heroes and they're corn heroes, and they should be able to kill things.
You literally just described the Daughters of Cain army. You did. Minus the 9 wound thing, but
Ay, ay, ay.
I mean, I got. You want to play Daughters of Cain? I got some spare.
I mean, if I had to play, well, no, I can't say that. Now the Lumineth are starting to look. I'm starting to look at them, but I would have said Daughters Arcane, the only elves I'd probably played if you don't count Sylvaneth. But
I count Sylvaneth. If you
yeah,
don't count Sylvaneth, you're wrong.
ghosty elves, I don't know.
Elariel's an elf. She's the Ever Queen. All right, you can't take that away. Like, sorry, that's an elf army. They just haven't put out
She
the right elves
she
for it yet.
yeeted she yeeted the real elves to the sun there.
Yeah, they'll come back. She'll forgive them. She's just going through her moods. Okay, it's fine.
She's in the war mode right now. I don't think forgiveness is in the heart.
She kept Drycher around. I mean, she's got it. Yeah, it'll be fine. Elves will come back. We'll get Kurnothi eventually. God, I hope. Um, but no, yeah, Ogre book looks good. And we all have high hopes for a Corn book at some point. But before that, we got a sneak peek of the Dawnbringers again. The Cities of Sigmar changes with some nice STL files on the Warhammer community site. I mean, I like it. It does. Have you seen them, Neil, recently? Are they in your
I have. I have very much seen them. Yep.
Like, I still see the like that Germanic old world inspiration, but I definitely see how it's transitioning up into the new setting. So I kind of like. I was worried that they would go too far too quickly away from like that classic setting, and then they just they'd look completely new. But they're definitely not going too far past it. But they're going past it enough that you can say it's its own thing and it looks good. I'm a fan.
You still have to go with like a medieval kind of look to it. I mean, right? So I just like. I mean, I saw somebody comment that it kind of looks like you took the Empire and Bretonnians and kind of fused them together based on these little pictures
Ooh,
here.
yeah,
And
yeah, that's a good call out.
it's
Yeah.
not far from the mark, I don't think. And honestly, I think that's the aesthetic that you need, and I like it. And I think there's room for wiggle room between like knights, but also into like the witch hunter kind of look and everything that's been
Yeah.
out there. That's where I'd love to see them kind of go in there. I would love to see like warrior priests come back in kind of a similar look
Yeah.
to the old ones, because those were just awesome models, right? Especially like the old Luther Huss model with the big hammer over top his head and everything. One of my favorite fantasy models of all time.
Yeah, and bring us more like heavily armored knights. Keep them on horses. I'm a horse fan. If you listen to Warhammer Weekly, you heard
Yeah,
Vince this past week didn't like horses. Well, he's wrong.
yeah,
Horses are
yeah.
great, and we need more of them in the mortal realms. Not just the elves. Other people can have it besides the elves. Sorry, elves have cool mounts, but we also have horse mounts. Like it's
And
yeah.
if there's a place for a basic ass horse, it's with
It's
a basic ass human army.
Yep.
So,
Yep. That is exactly
so
right. It was good enough for Sigmar back in the day. It's good enough for the Mortal Realms. Don't ask
right.
how they got here. They're here, people.
And from like a product line that you're trying to offer people as well, there should be a basic ass human with a basic ass horse. If you're not into all the other stuff, like some people who aren't into the, like, I think they were talking about a Warhammer Weekly, like looked like you're like you had like three pictures of different animals and you cut them in half, right? And
Oh
then you
yeah.
just rearranged them, right? I mean, if you're not into that, then you've got something else, right? And then you have a home somewhere else.
Yep. We are the based horse enjoyers, as
Yeah,
Hamo put it. So
yeah.
I
Just a
will
little bit of rooted reality into our high fantasy is never a bad thing.
exactly. Oh hey, this little side note before we carry on, but they I mean you've seen that there's new Astra Militarum coming out for 40K, right?
I've not been up on the 40K stuff,
Okay,
so no.
a new Guard Codex is coming out.
Okay.
So they've been releasing new stuff. There's some new Cadian models. Obviously, I'm gonna get bit by the Catachan bug if I decide to start this army, since I get to essentially be one officially here in a week or so. But they announced what the Catachan uh like kind of rule is if you have a Catachan keyword.
Hmm.
And this is what's hurting more is because it's a very like Daughters of Cain type thing. Pretty much sixes
Hmm.
explode. If you roll six to hit, additional hit. It's melee only.
Okay.
But I'm like, ooh, I like that rule because I use that rule quite a bit. So I
Nice.
so yeah, I was like, I don't know, Neil, I might be starting another 40k army here soon. We'll
Next
see.
project selected.
Well, next project's my Napoleonics. I have my Marshal Ney model. All right. I have a few small side projects, but
That doesn't count.
yeah, it doesn't count. That's fine. That's fine. Doesn't have to count. Because actually, I did a random side project within 24 hours. It's nothing special. Don't I'm not trying to say it's an actual feat. It's not. It's basic bitch stuff. Um, Apparently, Armies on Parade is going to be in stores, not just. I thought it was going to be online again this year. It's apparently in stores because yes,
Ooh.
yesterday I saw my local Warhammer store, which is local. It's like an hour and a half away.
Hmm.
Said like, hey, there's still spots available, and I was like, oh. Then I saw a couple other Warhammer stores that I follow. Cause anytime I visit a Warhammer store, I usually just like the page just to give some support. And it's like, oh, they're actually doing it in store everywhere, and there's trophies and stuff. And so I called up the store and said, hey, do you have a spot for this Saturday? And like, yeah, we got one left. You want it? I was like, yeah, sure. And
Wow.
then I said like, well, what's do you know what everyone's bringing? Because like apparently the categories is like Sigmar, 40k, and then everything else. So like everything
Hmm.
else is like every other game that they have. So Horse Heresy, Kill Team, Blood Bowl, I guess Warcry. I don't. We'll see. Like some of that's Necromunda, maybe Kill Team and Warcry might fall underneath Sigmar 40k respectively. But regardless, I was like, he's like, yeah, I mean, definitely like a good amount of 40k and Sigmar people. He's like, I think I got, you know, like one or two in the mixed category. As he's like, what are you bringing? I was like, well, I could bring my daughter's cane. So I redid that display board. He's just like, yeah, you could, but like, what? You got anything fresh off the presses? I was like, well, I just completed a Horus Heresy army, and he's like, bring that. That'd be cool. I'm like, all right, sure. So I threw together a display board for it in the last 24 hours.
Nice.
Yep.
Are they? Is it all 2x2? Do they have to be 2x2?
No, no, two by two is the max. Um, I think. Well, actually, I think they allow because you know how like if you bought the Thondia box, Thondia
Uh-huh.
Strongpoint box, there's like a piece of cardboard in there that's kind of I think it's a quarter of the table, so it's 22 by 30.
Hmm.
Um, I think they will allow that size because some people might use that. They want to allow people to just use that for their board if they're newer hobbyists or something. So, but they recommend two by two because that's just kind of the traditional.
Yeah. I've always wanted to like bring my mountain there, but it's 2x4. So
Yeah.
it's like two by twos together.
I thought
So I'm
I
very sure that would do well.
Yeah,
But
it's
oh
true.
well.
I thought about going over to like my little Wednesday group and taking one of the two by two sections of our Mordheim board. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, because those like each one of those boards is like stellar, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
like I don't have any armies that actually base to match it, so it'd be very obvious what I did.
Yeah.
So it's like no, I just my Horse Heresy basing's very simple. It's like a moonscape ice type thing, so it's very easy to knock out in 24 hours. It's dry now. I get to go out tomorrow for a few hours, have some fun. There's a nice sushi place nearby, so nice lunch. Maybe I'll win an award, maybe I won't, but I'll get to get out of the house a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was an unexpected hobby project.
In my early years in AOS, that was a lot of fun to do that. I haven't done that since. That was probably first year or two I was into it. So
Yeah, I did. I've won Armies on Parade once. Um,
I finished second.
I have a second place as well. Um, my first one was with I won with my Stormcast, but that was like early on in Sigmar time. The store was new, wasn't like a ton of competition. And I was really the only one there that kind of like had like a full display board and like a big army done. So I think that's what helped sway it. The
Mhm.
next year I got second, and it was kind of like all in one category because there was just gold, silver, bronze. So I mean, I'll still take it as a nice win because I got one of the old trophies for it. And then the next year I got second place with, I think, I had an old Sisters of Battle army I just kind of took for fun. I wasn't expecting to win, but I got second for 40K.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, but then I haven't done it since, and then because like I didn't want to keep going because like like you need breaks, or like I didn't have time to build something up, or you don't want to just keep going to with the same stuff over and over again. I didn't have extra armies, and then COVID hit, so they moved it online. So now that it's back for the first year in store, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. I'm expecting nothing honestly out of it, but it's fun. It'll be something fun to do and talk to some hobbyists, I think.
Nice.
But yeah, that's a lot of news to catch up on. I think that's a bit of fun there. Neil, I do have to ask as usual, how's your Teyrathi Invitational Army coming?
Oh, it's going actually. It picked up pace for once. So I got 2 Great Eagles done. I got a full unit of 35 Spearmen done. Eltharians done. A unit of 13 Sisters of Avalorn. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, coming together. I've got left. I have to do 15 Sword Masters, 15 White Lions, and oh, 15 or 16 actually, 16 Seaguard. So
Oh, nice.
a couple big units, but shouldn't be. Those should go actually fairly quickly,
Yeah, High Elves
except
paint
for
up.
the Seaguard.
High Elves paint up very quickly.
I don't know about the Seaguard, man. They got a lot of detail on those Seaguard.
That's true. And they have the cloth sashes and stuff. Yeah, that might. We'll just save them for last.
Yeah, well, definitely. Yeah,
Save them for
definitely.
last. Yeah, so like it's Friday night. I don't know. Are you guys coming out Friday night or Saturday morning?
I don't know. I don't know. I will come whenever I'm allowed.
Okay. Well, I'll have to check with the person who's helping host us to see about where and when the rooms are going to be good for us.
Yeah. And I
Um,
usually see if I can weasel my way into to Matt's good graces for a night, and then if we
oh,
want to
that's true.
leave from the morning, then so I can do that always. Well, I can do that if he allows it.
That's true. Well, you could always be painting late at night at Matt's house. That's fine.
Yeah, never done that before. I thing about me is if you're on time, you're late, right? If you're early, you're on time. So I feel like that's the same way I do my armies. They will be done well before I have to go to the event.
Well, then there you go. Everybody, Neil's going to be ready to go. He's an eager beaver.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I picked up some more prize support today for it.
Did you? Can you
Yeah,
reveal?
I can. So these have been at Norm's, my local shop, my FLGS, his shop since I started coming to the hobby. So these are old. These are covered in dust. Now he's always had a couple sets of these, and I have one of them. I bought long ago, and then these two had just been there. So like, I said, hey, I'll take these for the event. What do you want for it? And he's like, he wants basically nothing because he doesn't. He's like, get rid of them. Plus, he's also very generous with the prize support for us anyway. He's
Mm-hmm.
literally the best. Um, but do you remember the old like engineers measurement? Like you have the big measuring stick that opens up. You have the little like sextant that like to measure charge distance, and also the little tracker so
Yeah.
you can do like, hey, they charged. Let's check the 45-degree arc. All that little Warhammer
Oh
Fantasy
yes.
Battle stuff.
Oh, that was yeah
Yeah.
that I never had, and
Yep.
so yeah,
So now there's one of each of those up for prizes, which prizes are random. So
it's awesome.
we'll see. I'm excited, and I even told him too. It's like, hey Norm, I know you have some old like Warhammer Fantasy books, like whether it's army books or like supplements. Like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I said, you dig them out, I'll take them
Yeah,
because this is gonna
that'd
be
be
the only
awesome.
place you're gonna get rid of them.
Yeah, there's some of those things you can. They're going for if they're eighth edition, some pretty good prices online right now, but
Hey
they'll
Norm,
plummet again as soon as the old world comes out.
hey, once Old World comes out, it's fine with me. We keep playing eighth till we get up. I don't care, whatever. Like I'll play.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get the Old World stuff. But
Oh yeah.
there's a reason why I literally bought all the 8th edition stuff when I removed the Sigmar because I knew it was worth keeping because it's a great version of that game in my mind.
Mhm.
we'll see. And like I said, that pile's going to keep growing, but I'm getting excited for it. Like trying to look too far ahead because I have to get through next week, get through the grand finale, and all the 40K
Mhm.
ness. But after I get back from that, every ounce of my energy is going to be focused on the Terathi Invitational because I have like 2 models left to paint in my backlog again.
We're almost a month away. I mean, it's crazy to say, but we're getting there. That's like what, a
So,
month and 6 days,
yep, that's
month and a
that's where
week.
we're at. Oh, and I am going to steal something from you with all these random prizes. I'm going to
Hmm.
gift wrap them all in boxes. No one knows what they are.
Nice.
See if they walk up, take a random box, open it, see what it is.
I forgot I did that. That was a lot of fun that year.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. But no, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a heck of a year, and I can't wait to celebrate with all of you guys at the end of it. Uh,
Mhm.
and there's a few people that I did invite that weren't able to make it, but hopefully we'll get them again some other time. But also, a couple of them, when I told them it was 8th edition fantasy, they said hell no, and I was like, well, it's your loss because this is going to be I think this will be the biggest 8th edition fantasy tournament on the East Coast
Hmm.
this year. So I think we're having 12 players. I'm not sure how big Adepticon's Midwest anyway. That doesn't count.
Yeah,
No one likes that.
they did pretty good the other last year, as
It's
far as
good.
I know.
Yeah, it's good. It's a fun game. But yeah,
Hmm.
East Coast, I'll take the win for that.
Yes.
But that's all I got, Neil. You got anything else on
No,
your mind here
no,
before we wrap up?
no. I think that catches us up for the week, and so it'll be fun and interesting to hear what you come back with from the event. So.
Yeah, so just I guess a little bit of housekeeping there. Because Neil and I are recording this a day later than usual, so it'll be out a day later than usual. But I'm not sure if we'll get to record beforehand. If it's worth recording beforehand, I might just wait till after. So if you are a regular listener, thank you, and might just be a little late. I might miss a week for the podcast is all, but we'll be back for probably a longer one when we do get back. You want to send us out, Neil? You did it last time. It was great.
Um,
Stay Stormcast
no,
strong, everybody. Happy hoppy.
there you go.